Hey, how's it going everybody? I am finally back from YouTube vacation. It's been over 2 weeks since I uploaded a video. I was going to go actually 3 weeks, and I was going to do a video on the new California exhaust law and how that's affecting me and everything. That is still going up next Monday, but we have news. I forgot the Detroit Auto Show was this week, so there is the new Supra and the GT500. There's other cars too, but you know, those are the ones everyone cares about. The Shelby GT350 by a long shot has been my favorite car I've ever driven. You know, with the manual transmission, the high revving V8, especially on a canyon road. It was beautiful. It was almost perfect on that road. And when I drove that car, it really solidified in my mind that when it comes to manual transmissions and pushing it on a canyon road or a track setting, actually getting some potential out of the car, 500-ish horsepower, you know, 526, as you reach past 600 horsepower, you get to that point of diminishing returns where you got to be a damn good driver, like, you know, Randy Pope's status, to really exploit a manual transmission with more than 600 horsepower. The only way I feel I'd be able to take advantage of a 6, 7, or even 800 horsepower car is if you gave me an automatic, but when it comes to torque converters, I just really don't want any part of that. I don't ever want to really own a torque converter car unless it's a cruiser, like maybe a Hellcat. They're pretty good. The upshifts on those are pretty quick. Dodge kind of has that dialed in with that transmission, the 8-speed. But Ford and Chevy's torque converter automatics are just so painfully slow to shift with the paddles. It's like it's not even listening to you. You're at the mercy of the computer, basically, and it feels like someone else is trying to drive your car. It just feels like a backseat driver, but it's just the transmission telling you no, basically. And what would solve that whole problem is if one of the American brands put a proper dual-clutch transmission in one of the sports cars. And voila, Ford has done it. I know this is not new news, but I'm really excited about it because that means Ford, I mean, you know, I own a Chevrolet myself, but that's cool for Ford. When you really think about it, the GT500 is unmatched. It has no competition. There is zero cars, unless I can be proven wrong right now. Comment down below if you could think of a car that fits this category. If you ask me, for anything to directly compete with this new GT500, it has to be a few things. So for one, dual clutch transmission. For two, big powerful V8. For three, rear wheel drive. 4, under 4,000 pounds. And 5, this is what kicks out all the supercars in this argument, under $100,000. So I'm not talking about dealer markups. I'm sure there's some dick somewhere in the dealership who's going to try to put this car with a markup that gets it over $100,000. Do not pay that. I hope no soul pays that on earth unless they're directly making money for, you know, from it by modifying it on YouTube and, you know, what we all do here basically. So other than that, I think it's gonna probably slot in. If let's see, if the the GT350R, if that was like, how much is that new? New, it was like 60 something grand. It was like 70, almost 70 grand, I think. So this should be, I'd be really surprised if this was $80,000. I feel like it should be in the 70s, probably like 75, 76. So I just can't find that anywhere. You know, a 700 horsepower V8 that's a dual clutch. It's not stupid heavy like a big Mercedes all-wheel drive. I know people might be thinking that, but you know, it's not the same thing. I wanted to start with that point in this video because I'm sure if you got to my video, you've already seen, you know, 3 or 6 or 7 other videos about this topic talking about the features and the looks, and I will get to that right now. So, as for the looks, I didn't know how I felt. I saw a glance of it. Like, I was on Instagram and I was in a food spot. I don't even remember where I was, but I saw the first picture of it yesterday. And I was just like, oh, it looks like a big fish or something. I don't know. It looked weird to me. Now that I've seen it in, you know, the reveals and other people's videos, all of the, you know, press release shots and all that, and it driving down a road. Now that I've seen all of that, I think it is actually my favorite front end of a Mustang ever. It looks just so like end of the world, just machine. It looks like a machine, you know. I feel like it doesn't look super like human. It doesn't have like those nice Chevy like eyes or anything, but it looks mean as hell. It's like the Terminator of cars. Ha! That's funny. I didn't even think about that. Terminator Cobra. But they should call this thing the Terminator. They should have brought that name back. That would have been really cool. But other than that, let's see. The interior. Those Recaro seats are super sick with the white. I saw that on Matt Moran Motoring's channel when he showed that blue one on the interior. The Recaro lights with the white in them. Oh my god. Super sick. I like that a lot. Other than that, the features, you know, it comes with the, you know, the big old 10-inch touchscreen and stuff. It's all the new tech. You don't need to know about all that. You could figure that out. It's a new generation of magnetic ride, so they probably improved that as well. I'm sure this car drives pretty similar to like a GT350 or even a GT350R, even with having like an extra 100 pounds over the front hood of the supercharger. As for the rear end of the car, it looks pretty much the same to me as a GT350 or R. You know, I don't think it's much unchanged. It's probably similar, if not the same. I will say the wing, I like it. It's very cool looking, but there was something about that super looking spoiler on the GT350R that was just, oh, it was perfect. In my mind, it was perfect. And I don't know, it was a good, clean look. It didn't look too like track, like here's my wing, bro. Look at this big wang here. I don't know. I really like the spoiler over the wing. If you're gonna go wing, I really like it to be like over the top ridiculous, like Viper ACR wing. That is cool to me because that's just like, you know, you're not even giving a fuck at that point. Let's just put the biggest wing on here, or even a chassis wing. I have not seen a manufacturer put, I don't know, maybe there's a reason for that, but other than, you know, like a McLaren Senna, just really up there hypercars and supercars, I haven't seen a chassis wing. And that must be, I guess, expensive to design. I don't know. Comment down below if you know anything about why they don't do chassis wings on these cars, because that would look ridiculous if a Camaro or a Mustang or even a Viper or Challenger, just put it on something with a lot of horsepower and it would be automatically cool. I think it would be. But this is getting into a little bit of a rant at this point. Honestly, that's about all I have to say for the new GT500. I will be talking about the Supra probably tomorrow or sometime later this week. But as for my regular uploads, it's going to be every Monday now that I'm back into it. It's going to be every single Monday. You guys can expect a video from me. And next Monday, I'll be talking about the whole decibel level and how my car wasn't anywhere near what I thought it was. I went over to Lethal Camaro's house, if you guys know that channel, Matt. He was nice enough to let me come over and get a decibel reading on my car. That was really cool. So you guys will be seeing that next Monday. And stay tuned for that. And subscribe, share, do all the things with this video, please. And I will talk to you guys next time. See ya.